Alright guys, we're about to start up a match. It's L3, the Bird getting into words with the one, the only, it's Bolt. And we're about to start this one up. It's Bolt. How are you doing today? How are things? How's the world? And how is, well, the game is going on so far?
I'm doing good. I've just been watching Hearthstone since I woke up. Just watching HSL and whatnot. And how are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm just getting the spectate all good. Hopefully we can get both of the cards all set up and ready. But yeah, worst Teemo versus Crusader Kitten. That's going to be the first matchup we're going to see today. And man, it's looking like it's a Druid versus Shaman matchup.
Yeah, I see some interesting cards in here. Clockwork Giant is the first thing I see on the worst Teemo side.
And we
And
do see a Goldshire Footman. So maybe a matchup of interesting things. Growtender has been played, I think, in the ESL today a little bit, or maybe it was shown all today. And yeah, it's an interesting two decks that we're watching, especially with Crusader Kitten on the bottom side, having some interesting cards like Ancestral Healing, going into some Mech Madness on top of the Ravenholt Assassin.
yeah, and the Grove Tender is usually a replacement for Shade. Like some people prefer it as a 3-drop over the Shade. And the Whirling Mathematics can be pretty scary, especially with Flame Tongue. So I'm surprised that he didn't Wrath it on the other turn, but stayed with the mana efficiency.
Definitely, and we do see, well, a little bit of mistake coming out at the end of everything, but we do have a Keeper of the Gravenum coming up. Taking up the Whirlmatic, no problem, and now we're going to see where Crusader Kitten wants to go with this. A little aggressive start, and how he will finish.
Now, what's really interesting is that he has a Starfall. The Druid has a Starfall in hand, which is able to clear a lot of minions. But there's not too big of a board for the Shaman right now, so he can save that for later.
As we do see the taunt going to be played up, going in the face is Crusader Kitten. We see him naturalize in Worst Teemo's deck. So he's pairing up some interesting cards, maybe trying to force Clockwork Giant to work out. Looks like he's just going to go Wrath and go for some Drawage and then put another Wrath down. So he's just playing it very slow and methodical, but it's looking like maybe like a mill deck or something in that sort, plus working with Clockwork Giant, making that work. I'm interested in Worst Teemo's build, especially since he's playing Sapper and such, but man, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think you would expect Cold Light Oracle to be in this deck to work with the Giant and also the Goblin Sapper, just so you can get more cards in your opponent's hand. And there's also a Naturalize to try to add more cards or even mill the opponent's hand.
Yeah, and we'll see how Worst Teemo wants to go with that. Still going aggressive. See the ever so fortunate Paladin Shredder. Gonna get silenced from this one, but will he just trade face? Worst Teemo is getting dangerously low, although it's a Shaman, so you shouldn't worry about too many things, but it's getting scary for him. 17 health to 30.
Yeah, when you're playing against any Shaman, whether it be Mech Shaman or a mid-range Shaman, you just want to keep the board clear so that stuff like Flame Tongue or Bloodlust don't get you. So, yeah.
No, go for it.
I was just saying, he's in a pretty good spot as long as he clears the board. And this naturalizes along with the Mountain Giants, a big swing for him. But the Shaman player has a Hex in their hand, which is a great answer for the Giant.
Definitely, but we do have the Clockwork going to be somewhat ignited next turn possibly, so the Hex is definitely going to go to the Mountain Giant, like you said. I think he gets the value with the Fork Lightning. Have you seen that card in forever? Gonna get 2 for 1, no problem.
Yeah, Fork Lightning, in this case, it was a pretty strong swing. But it does add some overload, so we can't see the Ravenholt going down next turn.
Oh, but he does have Clockwork Giant going to be drawn in. He can play the golden one or the numb one, or go for a swipe. Try to go for this clear with Sapper going to be on board.
Yeah, I might have played the giant there and waited because the board wasn't too big and you can get more value out of the AoE clear later. Whereas the clockwork giant you might not be able to play down later on, as the shaman would be playing more cards down and increasing the cost of the giant.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll see if the cost will keep going up. Unfortunately, it will, and we see a Marva bot come up as well. We do have a sort of answer to that, as we do see Clockwork Giant just actually coming out now. So now we're gonna see Ravenholdt Assassin come in and play for free. Crusader Kitten's probably a little bit happy from that one.
Yeah, definitely. Although he can't swing it this turn, he can reveal it out of stealth and get rid of the giant next turn. But little does he know, worst Teemo has another giant coming out soon.
It's the giant all over again. It's like you're playing Handlock, but you're not really playing Handlock. You're just playing into some big beefies, and we'll see. Frost Shot gonna come down, no problem. We'll see what Kitten wants to follow up with. So it's gonna play the Buddha Guard Bay and maybe a Totem. Yeah, it's looking like what he's gonna do. 16 health to 27 health. There's a big board coming up for Kitten, but is there gonna be enough? Oh, he doesn't. He forgets to attack. That's unfortunate.
Oh no, he didn't forget to attack because when Alarmer Bot puts it into play, it's actually still asleep.
No, the 1-2.
Oh yeah, the 1-2, yeah.
No problem. Next Clockwork Giant going down. We see in the chat, I love this game, Crusader Kitten. Oh my lord. Is that closely lethal?
That is...
It'd be 9 to 11. If he gets like Spell Power Totem, he could possibly get it off of that. If it top stacks heavy. On the other hand, we have a lot of damage on board for Worst Teemo. He can do amazing stuff in the next 2 turns, but you have to be really careful and you have to be in troublesome problem. Crackle actually going on to 8-7. 1 for 5. What would you do in this situation?
Yeah, I guess you have to play the Bloodlust and just clear, or else taking 18 damage next turn, along with 19 with the hero power is too much to take.
Clears the whole board, like you said. And felt like you well, maybe you wanted to go for. Oh, that's tough. We'll see. Worst Teemo just play it out just a little bit more, but Tree of Life will be coming into play pretty soon to try to salvage this game if ever more momentum comes up to Crusader Kitten.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, it's not really looking too likely right now.
Yeah, so this definitely looks like some mill giant kind of deck with the Tree of Life being shown here.
It's definitely not Crypt's version of the Mill Druid Slash. There's been a lot of players who've played Mill Druid before, but very toned down, definitely different from a lot of other ones I've seen on the ladder.
Yeah, back in Freshco's week 1 community workshop, there was a druid with Johnson in it as well, and there's the Cold Light Oracle I was talking about at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, the Cold Light Oracle are going to be able to draw out more cards for the opponent, but also draw weird cards as well. I'm guessing Worst Teemo is just going to go for the elongated play of milling his opponent out, but there doesn't seem to be any more threats. There's a Llama Bot for Crusader Kitten. Can't really use it now. Mech Warper's not going to go down. I would just wait and hope and pray. I was going to say, though, that one turn where he did Bloodlust, I feel like, especially with his hand quality only being with Alarm Bot and Ancestral Healing, probably would have gotten yellow just to try to go for the face and get him as low as we could, though. You think that would have been a better call, or the clearing was better?
That was probably a better option, but we don't actually know how much reach is in his deck. So there's also the possibility of Druid comp, but it was probably better to just go face and try to win the game off drawing more damage rather than clearing.
Well, in the end, worse, he was still in great position to hold up in this game. Just going to play it out just a little bit longer. Vitality Totem coming out for Crusader Kitten, plus Alarm Bot in hand. Again, he has had these two cards, Alarm Bot and Ancestral Healing, pretty non-useful at the moment. But at least it's keeping the game, keeping on board. And I'll get to see a lot of his opponent's deck, which is actually somewhat pretty pertinent for the next matchup, if ever.
Yeah, like at least he's finally getting used to the Ancestral Healing now. It's been stuck in his hand for pretty much at the start of the game. Since the start of the game.
Yeah, Vitality Totem gonna heal up the hero. And we're gonna see the slow climb for worst Chemo, claiming this board again. So, in the end, I kind of like I like the Shaman deck in the sense that it shows some variety, and it was very interesting in the sense that there were a lot of cards being played. On the other hand, for worst Chemo, like the early game was very weird with the Clockwork Giant and such. I guess he didn't want to really draw that, but he's kind of curved out into his mid-game go, and he's been doing pretty well. Just gonna be able to control the board, keep everything in play, and well, make sure he can get lethal in the end of the veil.
Yeah. Yeah. As I said, controlling the board against the Shaman is just really important in how you want to win the game. And there's no point in worst Teemo playing the Cold Light Oracle because the Shaman doesn't have that many cards, and he doesn't actually need cards to win anymore. So there's no point in giving his opponent cards as well.
Yep, 5 cards left in the deck for Crusader Kitten. So he's meaning that the Fatal Wage soon. Do you even show the Tree of Life as well? Probably not, as a, I don't know, gimmicky kind of thing. But if you've seen Mildred before, you probably would guess that there was a Tree of Life in there. But you just don't know if it is.
Yeah, it's best not to show cards you don't need to generally in tournaments. On ladder, it's fine. You can BM, show everything, because you're not likely to play them again. But in tournament settings, you're gonna be playing the same deck, and you don't want to give your opponent more information.
And as we do go into the format, yet again, it is a best of 3 winners match format. So whatever the winner gets, or when the winner wins a game, he has to still keep the same deck. So it's unfortunate if we do see Crusader Kitten go down from this one. Most likely gonna happen right now. Still Alarm Bot in hand. 4 cards left in the deck. At least we do see we see something.
Yeah. The Flame Tongue is kind of a dead draw now because he has no board, and worst team was just gonna clear and push for damage.
Yeah, well, he's gonna push in for more damage, and we're gonna see pretty much the whole deck of Crusader Kitten pretty easily from this as well. 14 on the health. It's just unfortunate for Crusader Kitten. Even plays Totemic Might. I always see that little spam of Totemic Might coming out off over there. It's like amazing. I was modding the ESL Hearthstone chat. If you didn't know, there is the ESL Hearthstone Legendary Series going on, the top 8 we're playing. And it looks like it just completed. Dark 1X looks like maybe a winner or loser. No spoilers over here. Of course, no spoilers. But yeah, the things you see in Twitch chat are quite amazing, especially in Hearthstone Twitch chat. I mean, Bill, would you know about the kind of spam that goes on in Twitch chat?
Twitch chat has all the kinds of spam and dankest memes you ever see, and we see the Tree of Life here for VM.
Oh, I actually don't actually see it. Oh, that's poor. The spectator mode must have crashed on me.
Oh damn.
Did
well,
good.
Well, players are back to 30 health with the dude at 30 health and 1 armor, and worst team has a bunch of minions on board.
Let me go rejoin the game real quick.
Yep, no problem.
The spectator mode bug hits again. They're fixing that, right? Supposedly next patch?
Yeah, I believe they're fixing it and improving it, which Yeah, it bugs out a lot, surprisingly.
Yeah, unfortunately, but it's cool. So we'll see both Worst Teamo's hand and Crusader Kitten yet again. So Tree of Life went on, and we do see some aggression coming up for for Crusader Kitten with the Titanic Might on board, but I don't think there's much might left after that.
Yeah. And we see him pointing the hex at the Mechanical Yeti. But unfortunately for him, there's gonna be a giant coming down next turn.
Yep, another Mountain Giant gonna be in play. Alarm Bot still in hand. So he's made it work. It brought out something pretty pertinent. Almost got him lethal, but nature will rise against you, supposedly.
Was a mistake.
I would have played that Alarm Bot. Since you had the Flame Tongue anyways, you might as well play it. And it's stuck in your hand. Not gonna do anything.
It's gonna stay there in its hand either way. We do see the Flame Totem going down, Mountain Giant coming up, and
I'm almost out of cards.
there's a sign from Thrall. We are almost out of cards. He could fire Elemental the 4-2 and be out of cards. It's an unfortunate thing, but it's a possible thing as well for Crusader Kitten, who is most likely going to have a little bit of problems over here. So Worst Teemo, by the way, has his legendary card back. Have you ever played him on ladder before?
I have not actually played him on ladder, but seems like he's a pretty good player. I haven't seen many mistakes from him in this match so far.
Yeah, you even got the Tree of Life going on as well, so just showing Mr. Crusader getting everything that you can show. But you're right, there has been very many mechanical mistakes on this game. Cold Light Oracle coming out in the play. Ooh,
Trogzor
coming out as well. Oh. And Fatigue is gonna set in. Worst Teemo gonna take Fatigue as well, but you know, Tree of Life. Plus he has pretty good card advantage at the moment. It's gonna be okay.
all the fatigue damage. And the Growth Tender as well.
Amazing amount of damage just coming out in one turn. Not from actually hitting the hero. They can draw. They can draw even more. It is 6 damage. Oh my gosh.
He doesn't even have to attack the giant.
Just amazing amount of damage coming out from the Fatigue Druid. Poor Crusader Kitten. My friend casted with him a lot in League of Legends. Look at that Trogzor. That was not a mistake. It was a thing. And we do see Worst Team. We're gonna pick it up game number 1 of the best 3 match.
And the end of turn pass for the 8 damage Fatigue takes out Crusader Kitten in the first game of the series.
As we go along for the second game, we're gonna go get our people in. Are they actually in?
No. Where's Teemo says
They're
preparing
prepping,
to battle?
yeah, so go ahead and start. We'll just go right into the second game. Crusader Kitten gonna be down 1-0 off on the match, but pretty interesting deck, I would say, for both players. The Druid deck was more, I guess, consistent in the mid game to late game matchup, and we do get the invites ready to go and go from there. Do you see anything else from that match though?
No. It was a pretty well built mill druid with like giants. It was interesting, and we were able to see the rest of the deck, which seems
pretty standard for a mill druid,
yeah.
Except for the Clockwork Giant, right? Or is that also there? Yeah. That's interesting, trying to force a Clockwork Giant into this play. Naturalize is going to start out for Worst Teemo. On the other hand, we do have an aggressive start yet again. I feel like Priest with the Gold Shire Footman yet again and such. This is going to be a pretty interesting start. Are they doing stuff right now? I'm thinking the client just bugged.
It hasn't. I don't see anything being played right now, I think.
Yeah, I think the client's bugged. Alright. Restart.
Yeah, I guess I'll restart as well.
Spectator mode at its finest, guys. Sorry about that. But so we start out with like a Gold Shard Fitman. It's kind of the same start that Crusader Kitten had with his Shaman deck. What do you think? It's kind of angle is gonna be. He's gonna be kind of mech priest to put up damage from there. And as we go again, we do have everything flipped around, so it's pretty cool. Gonna start out with a Grow Tender for worst Teemo. Probably gonna go give him more mana or draw a card.
Probably drawing
Draw a
card. Yep.
Yeah. And the Lord of Arena gonna be coming out from over here. So I know this is a bug, but what is this exactly again?
Lord Arena's 6 mana, 6/5.
No, okay, so for me it shows like a Warlock card as a 0.
Oh yeah, 0/0/0.
Yeah. So it's still the actual card though?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Sorry, I haven't actually played around with spec mode that much, but yeah, we do see the Growth Tender coming out, and yet again, everything gonna be pretty slow in the early go. So, what's I wanted to say? There's the ESL Hearthstone stuff coming on Twitch chat. I was talking about that before. But did you actually see some of the matches? What was your most hype match for this day?
I think Dark Onyx top decking and wrecking was pretty much the highlight of today. It's unfortunate for the other player, but
Yeah.
man, those top decks.
I think the most unfortunate thing for me for today was the Zelay versus Max matchup. There's so many times Max should have maybe had it, and Zelay might have had it as well, and it just turned out to be like, one off lethal each time, and would have just swung the match open. I think all the other games were pretty much kind of even or stompage-ish for most of the day, so it's pretty cool to see what happened for the ESL Legendary Series. If you want to check it out, definitely check out ESL, Hearthstone, and check out the matches that were happening, which will also happen tomorrow as we go into this. Naturalize is going to be playing on the Grover-Brashy Berserker. And you see a Clockwork Giant going to be put on for display. So Crusader Kitten thought he had a plan. Now it's going to backfire just tenfold right now.
At least he has the Shadow Word Death, which can get rid of the giant. But man, a 4 mana giant is just so strong.
4 mana Janet almost on. Oh, it's on curve too. Wow, that was just ridiculous right there. Mech Warper could be played right now, or you could just pass the turn. Thinking, gonna freeze the minion and actually play out the Mech Warper as well. So as we do see, there's 6 cards in hand. Could naturalize or even play the Core Light Oracle, but he's gonna go Druid the Paw. Hold on, attack into 2/3 and control board yet again. So
Yeah,
this is the whole thing that Mildred kind of has to do in the beginning stages, try to control the board before they get to that mid-game like human status.
Well, they just have to survive, I guess, because you still have Tree of Life, and you know you're gonna get a lot of fatigue damage, as well as the Cold Lights and Brewmasters.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he has a lot of threats with the Giants being in his deck. And Priests have limited removal. They only have 2 Dusts and there at most. Maybe a BGH and a Mind Control. But he's been playing these Giants out in the mid game, so he can't have access to all these cards.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate for now. But we do see the Sunwalker going to be able to block out some of this damage coming into play. Or it could be naturalized as well, which that is the answer Horse Team wants to do. And be able to do that, plus draw out more cards. So unfortunate for Crusader Kitten. Didn't know one, I believe, off the this as well.
This is the second Clockwork Giant.
Ugh.
Look at that
Mana
man.
Clockwork Giant. Oh, that's dirty.
Holy Nova's gonna clear most of this board, and he's probably gonna play a Mech Warper along with Powered Shield. Oh, actually, yeah.
Would you play the Power Shield? I mean, yeah, I guess to keep the Mech Warper alive. Because you're just drawing into the plan.
Yeah, you're
for
just
Worst
drawing
Team.
more cards.
Oh man. Well, he goes for it. He keeps the mind control up. Did he actually mill a card? I didn't see him actually draw. I don't remember at the moment.
I don't recall.
I don't recall either. Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8.
And play 3.
I think yeah.
Yeah, he milled, but
definitely
it
milled
didn't
one.
show. Yeah. First turn are going to be played up, and he's going to be able to draw a card. Going to trade it for 2, draw another card. The next card should be milled out for Crusader Kitten. A 2-mana Clockwork Giant, like you said before. And the trade arena. We're gonna go down for the Mech Warper. 22 to 24 on the health, and
Armor bot. That's not too big of a loss for him,
Yeah,
because he wouldn't have been able to play it really.
well, also I don't think he can protect it too much, too well anymore. So it's unfortunate. But it is a mind control. We can possibly steal a giant and try to cause some commotion from there. We do have Tree of Life, like you said, for Timo to try to save himself from any damages and such, but that's a thing that Crusader Kitten could have going for him, as long as he can protect the mind control target.
Yeah. Maybe. No, Trogosaur just dies to the giant, and there's no way to kill it after. Maybe he's looking at Shredder, Arcane, Nullifier.
Just to protect him from 8 damage, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have really good plays coming.
I mean, you could use the. I mean, it's 6 mana Lord Arena, right? So 6 mana plus like 3, but there isn't anything else from there. So he doesn't actually play the Protector. He actually plays the Gurubashi Berserker.
Yeah. So he silences the Shredder, and he gets rid of the Death Rattle, and kills it right off. He's probably gonna kill off the Gurubashi.
Yeah. You know, there could be some mind tactics with Divine Spirit or something that Worst Timo was looking at, so might as well just clear out the target. Unfortunate for the mind controls and to be able to pick up Clockwork Giant, but we do see that there is a big game hunter just right in his hand.
Oh damn.
Sniper Arena and oh my gosh, Coilite Oracle coming at a really
And
good
the
time.
Brewmaster.
This is a mill druid priest. Everybody mills dream right here. My thanks to you coming from Worst Timo as well. The sportsmanship is real in this matchup right now.
Yeah, a lot of thinking. Oh, another milled card, and Crusader Kitten only has 4 cards left in his deck.
Well played.
Yeah, it's looking pretty dire. Mill druid being a little classy of a thanks to Ode for Crusader Kitten. We'll see what he plays out. It could play like a Trogzor and try to win on board from there. I think that would be his best kind of bet. Or play Lord of the Arena. Something like that, just double taunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, double taunt.
Job's done.
Oh, but my client glitched out again.
Yeah, my client glitched out too. Blizzard plays Arena, that's fine. So double taunt on board while we restart it again. Give us a sec. But yeah, Worst Timo had a pretty good start again from the beginning. The first natural is just pretty big. Just recapping the game real quick. Now we're going to see the Starfall coming down for Worst Timo onto the Florida Arena. And probably just trades coming out to the Arcane Empire.
Yeah. And looks like we're going to see the second time the Collect Oracle is going to come out.
There you go. Comes out, you're going to be taking it down to 10 cards yet again. It's going to mail the next card for Crusader Kitten, but will we see the Manor Tree of Life again? That's the question.
Probably. We saw it last time.
Yeah, Shadow Repair going to be coming out, picking up the 2 biggest minions for Worst Timo. Northshire Cleric can make Crusader Kitten draw more cards if ever. My vision thinking about. But go ahead.
Worst Timo could actually hit into this cleric and Tree of Life to make him draw more cards.
Oh my lord! He can even like wrath the 3/4 right now. And, no, he can't wrath the 3/4.
No, you can't do it the same turn.
But
oh, there's a Mountain Giant. Oh, looks like he's gonna do a Tree of Life play.
Poor Crusader Kitten. Gonna draw more cards than he needs to in just a few seconds. It was good that he didn't go double Northshire Cleric, because you know what happens when you go double Northshire Cleric.
Trollden, please. Oh, it looks like we might not be seeing. Maybe he's gonna clear the board and play Giant.
Now, like, he's at 19 health. Would he kind of have to worry? I mean, if he's super serious, I would think he would play Tree of Life if we really needed to. But He's kind of in close lethal range. He kind of is worried a little bit. He's gonna play Mountain Giant anyway instead.
Looks like maybe a swipe.
Yeah.
And then bring the Cold Light back with the Brewmaster.
There you go. Nope. Let's go to straight face. So yeah, just gonna keep it going with vanilla plans. He's expecting Crusader Kitten not to have the lethal damage, so that's kind of scary. Maybe a little bit arrogant as well, but it's okay for now. Druid Claw gonna come out. We need a platform. And you are out of cards, Mr. Priest.
Generally, the Priest doesn't have too much burst damage. He only had 4 damage on board.
Right.
So,
I mean, yeah, there's always possibilities, but you know, you can always misjudge and accidentally get off on lethal for 1 second. My Vision, on the other hand, is going to be played right now. Picks up a Mechanical Yeti.
Repairs available.
I thought that card actually did it for all your bots, but only one. So he upgrades to the 3/8, or the Spider Tank to a 3/8, and possibly going for a trade. Doesn't want to heal any of his minions right now, so there's always a little bit of problem coming up for this one for Crusader Kitten. As we do see the trade's going to be happening so that it doesn't draw any more cards, and pretty much I think the game's going to be over here. Worst Teemo is going to be able to crush this one out 2-0.
yeah. If Worst Teemo wanted to do some shenanigans and he hadn't killed off the Cleric, we could have seen a lot of damaged minions and then Tree of Life. But looks like he's just gonna clear the board. Did he have lethal?
3-2.
3.
4. No, I don't think he
No.
did. With the swipe, maybe? Oh,
If
no,
he
didn't swipe.
starfalled and swiped and he had 11, I think he had lethal.
I think he did have a lethal, that's why he said natural mistake right there. Unfortunate, but I mean, he's just drawing it out just a little bit longer. Yeah, Crusader Kitten can't really do too much more. He could play the Chogasaur just to get the Chogasaur out, but it's not looking likely for him, unfortunately.
The light shall burn you.
Yeah, he's not dead on board, but from what we know, unless he heals with the Dark Scale and heals up, then he's dead.
Well, he just took 2 fatigue damage, right? Yeah, he'll probably be dead right after this because we do see
Because he
Keeper the
can
Grove
Cold
as
Light.
well. And he has
Yeah.
Cold Light as well, which is ridiculously amount of damage, right? Yeti gonna come down. We do see Tinkertown Technician gonna be popped up as well. He's gonna heal himself and give it attack over here. He actually gives it to the 9/8.
My thanks.
Not 8. A Mountain Giant just to keep it going faster. So fortunate for Crusader Kitten, he's gonna help push out the damage, or not. You know, the trades are still gonna happen.
This is incredible, elongated BM by Worst Teemo.
As we do see its fatigue damage coming down, no problem. Yeah, Crusader Kitten, it's an unfortunate kind of day for him to play against Worst Teemo, but good little show match coming out from both those players. We'll be starting up the next game
The light shall burn
in about 5 to 10 minutes. We might get it down a little bit earlier. It's going to be some pretty awesome matches with the players being pretty even on the play scale. As Worst Teemo, still going to keep it going.
Yeah, we see the Tree of Life.
Gonna keep going.
The light shall burn you.
How is
And we're gonna
So-
see a lot of draws.
Rise against you.
amazing amount of draws right now? Wow. Gave Trogsler some extra damage. That's pretty cool. I like that. We actually give him more cards as well. Very funny. Have you ever been in this situation versus Mildruid and you've like had the worst time of your life, just being milled out at the end?
Fortunately, I've only played 2 Mildrewds on ladder, so I haven't had to deal with this kind of deck.
I know, same here. Crucial. I've seen Mill Mage, which is actually a very viable target, or Fatigue Mage, which is actually the better term for that. But yeah, Mill Druid, I've always seen on streams, and it's always like a legacy kind of clairvoyant thing that you'll always think it'll work, but it never usually does until you see it today. And it's, well, it's not only working, it's crushing Crusader Kitten's heart at the moment.
Yeah, it's been a long but crushing victory for Burst Teemo, as we'll see the end of the game next turn, which is probably going to be ended by a quick end turn pass.
Well, he's gonna freeze out the 8-8, so he makes sure that the quick end turn pass will happen. Oh man. Oh man. You do see the 1-3 gonna be turned back up. Gonna heal out the 4-1, I believe.
Well played.
Honorable Sudoku.
Honorable Sudoku coming in play. GG, well played coming up for Worst Teemo, taking 2-0 over Crusader Kitten in this HSL match.
Congratulations to Worst Teemo for taking the series, and we'll be moving on to our next one shortly.
Yeah, shortly-ish, and being about 8 minutes from now. I think we're going to try to push it up just a little bit earlier. Some of the questions have been coming out from chat / people playing, like, is this on iPad? It's the screen region is going to be a little bit shorter just because I wanted to fit everything in, because of the overlay as well. But other than that, there's some things coming on as well, as in, like, can you rules questions and stuff. So I'm going to answer those really quickly. It's both.
Yeah, I'm just adding the players now.
I was about to say, that first match, what do you think? Like, in one word, can you summarize what happened during that match?
Max
Or
VM.
Max VM.
Oh, that wasn't one word, but
That's close enough. You can fit it in like a hashtag Max VM.
Hashtag Max VM.
Crusader Kitten, thank you for joining on. Worst Teemo, good job in well, wrecking the Mill Druid. We're going to be going into the next game in just a few for the High School Star League Hearthstone Spring 2015 season. Brought to you by Roccat, MSI, Twitch, Newegg, Jinx, and Blizzard. We'll be right back.